Hello friends, this video on 3-dimensional geometry part 11 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 10. Till now we have found angle between line vectors. Now we'll find angle between lines. So we have line equations given, actual lines we have given, and we'll find the angle between these two lines. For example, let's suppose there are two lines and represented by a1 plus lambda b1 and a2 plus lambda b2, where my b1 is not the point actually. So this is the equation of line that is passing through a1 and parallel to b1 vector, right, is this equation, and this guy is line passing through a2 and parallel to b2 vector, right. So if you see, this guy is something like this. I have my a1 vector, I have my b1 vector. So this guy is the equation of the line where this is r and this is lambda b1. So this is my r1 this is r1 and this is r2. There are two lines. So first line is this and second line is something like this. You have a2 vector and you have somewhere b2 vector here. Then you want to find the equation of the line passing through a2 vector and parallel to b2 vector. So this becomes lambda b2 and here we have r2. So I have two equations right here. This is my graphical representation. So I have two lines r1 r2, where r1 is equal to a1 plus lambda b1, where a1 is the point which passes through the line and b1 is the vector, line vector. If you see here, my b1 and b2 are line vector. Please note, r1 r2 are line equation actually, right, any point in the line, and a1 a2 are point vector, because a1 a2 denotes point, b1 b2 denotes a line to which this line vector r1 r2 are parallel. Now I am to find the equation of the angle between these two lines. That is nothing but the angle between these two line vector, correct. Please note, angle between these two line r1 r2 is nothing but angle between these two line vectors, that is b1 and b2. So if b1 and b2, b1 b2, let's suppose b1 b2, if b1 and b2 makes angle theta with them, then my line will also make theta with them. So angle between line is nothing but angle between b1 b2 vectors. Please note, it's a very critical concept. Angle between the lines is nothing but angle between these b1 b2 vector, correct. So cos theta will be nothing but b1 dot b2 by mod of b1 and mod of b2, magnitude of b1, magnitude of b2. It is simple, because if I have to find the angle between, angle between lines r1 and r2 is nothing but angle between line vector b1 and b2. So angle between line vector b1 and b2, this we already know how to find. It is nothing but b1 dot b2 by magnitude of b1 b2, correct. Nothing rocket science here. Please note, this is very critical here. For example, in my Cartesian form, we say y is equal to mx plus c, right. So to find the angle between these two lines, y is equal to m1x plus c1 and y2 is equal to m2x plus c, right. Then what do you find? We find, when you find the angle between these two lines, we take slope of this line into consideration, right. Similarly here also, when you find this angle between these two lines, we take b1 b2 into consideration only. We don't take the whole line. We are not bothered about a1 a2 points. The only points we are bothered about is b1 and b2. The only line vector we are bothered about is b1 and b2. So we find the angle between b1 and b2. So let's find the angle between two line equation in the Cartesian form. So if I have two line equation, this is line equation actually, if you see 1, and this is line equation 2. So I have two line equations given. I have to find the angle between them. As I told that to find the angle between lines when the line equation are given, we need only line vectors and need to find the angle between the line vectors, right? So in this case, my line vectors are a1, b1, c1. For first case, a1i plus b1j plus c1k, and for this the line vectors are a2, b2, c2, a2i plus b2j plus c2k. Why? Because this denotes a line that passes through x1, y1, z1 and is parallel to a1i, b1j, c1k. Because this line, if you write as nothing, will be x1 i plus x2j plus x3k plus lambda into this side. That means it passes through this and parallel to this. So we are looking only for this. So, and in this case we are looking only for this because here it says that line passes through x2, y2, z2. That means our vector, if you see, is nothing but x2i plus y2j plus z2k and is parallel to this guy a2i plus b2j plus c2k. Correct? So we are interested only in these values a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. That means the angle between these will be a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 by root of a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square root of a2 square plus b2 square. Correct? Because the same thing we wrote is this fashion was, if this guy is, let's suppose, vector p1 and this guy is vector p2, so we told my cos theta is nothing but vector p1 dot vector p2 by magnitude of vector p1 magnitude of vector p2, right? Same thing is here. Vector p1 dot p2 will be a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2, where p1 vector is ai plus bj plus ck and p2 vector is a2i plus b2j plus c2k. Then this case will be cos theta. So in Cartesian form, if I have two equations of the line given, we find the line vector first because that's something which we are interested in. If we have the line vector, we can easily find the equation between the angle between the line vectors. So let's take some examples. So I have my two lines given. This is my R1. This is my R2. I have to find the equation between these two lines. The first thing is I'm interested in vectors, line vectors. This is my first line vectors. I'll call this guy B1. This is my second line vector. I'll call this as B2. Because I know equation of line is nothing but A plus lambda B, where A is the vector, point vector that line passes through, and B is the line vector that the equation, the line is parallel to. So I'm interested only in the line vector to which this line is parallel, and here this case is B, so I have B1 and B2. Cos theta I know is nothing but B1 dot B2 by magnitude of B1 magnitude of B2. Correct? So this is nothing but B1 is 3i plus 2j plus 6k dot B2 is I plus 2j plus 2k, I plus 2j plus 2k, all with caps, by magnitude of B1 will be 3 square, 2 square, 6 square root, that is root of 3 square plus 2 square plus 6 square, and magnitude of B2 will be 1 square, 2 square, 2 square root, 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square root, all will be mod. So this becomes 3 into 1 is 3, 2 into 2 is 4, 6 into 2 is 12, this is a dot product I am doing, right, by 3 square, 4 square, 6 square, that becomes 9 plus 36 plus 4, 49, this becomes 1 square, 2 square, 2 square, 4 plus 4 to 8 is 9. This is nothing but 19 by 49 becomes 7 root 49 and root 9 becomes 3. So this becomes 19 by 21. This is cos theta. So my theta is nothing but cos inverse of 19 by 20. So angle between these two lines is cos inverse 19 by 21, and that's my answer. Very simple. The first thing I did was I found the line vector that is parallel to this line. So I have B1, B2 are the line vector that's parallel to these two lines R1, R2, and then I found the angle between these two line vectors. Let's take. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.